The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here at Talladega as the OP Racing Super Speedway Series presents their Talladega 250. Thank you so much for joining us out here tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and in the booth with me is none other than my good buddy Dave World. Dave, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Once again, glad to be back up in the booth with you, buddy, and we're gonna get some great restrictor plate action out here tonight. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one at Talladega. OP Racing, the regular season drawing to a close. We will have 3 races left, counting this one, before we get into playoff mode. And I'll tell you, these drivers are all starting to feel the crunch. A win and you're in situation may not be true here. We have had 11 different winners in this season, and with 3 different races left to go, the possibility exists that somebody with a win may not get into the playoffs, because they are only going to take 12 drivers with wins, and then the highest finishing point scorer is going to end up in the playoffs that does not have a win. So, lot up in the air still as far as for our playoff standings. But Dave, what we do know, the racing's going to be great all night long.
Absolutely. Each and every week, these OP Racing Super Speedway drivers give us something to talk about all race long, whether it's at the end of a stage number 1, maybe stage 2, coming to the end of the race. We always see something different happening. And I mean, what you were talking about earlier, KR, the win and you could still not make the chase is almost unbelievable. You would imagine, you know, these drivers thinking, I got myself a win, I ain't got to worry about anything, and that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be up on the wheel these next 3 races if they would like to try and secure their spot in the championship. As we get ready for qualifying, let's go ahead and take a look at our point standings coming into tonight's race. Anthony English sitting on top of the leaderboard right now. He has got the most points, but he doesn't have any wins. So he is right now the highest point scorer without wins. He would be locked into the chase, and it is safe to say he most likely is going to be the one that gets in on points if he does not get a win here in the next few races, as he has over Randall Cobb, 88-point lead. Randall Cobb is the next highest point scorer without a race win. So our points all over the place here, except for in the first few spots, that top spot being coveted, but not the be-all, end-all just yet.
And looking through some of those points, KR, looks like, barring anything crazy and some crazy finishes, it looks like Alliance Motorsports may be able to pull off getting all 5 of their drivers into the chase this season.
That is what they're aiming for and are almost pulled off. They got just a few races left before it can either go up in smoke or they get it all done. Right now we are in the middle of qualifying. The 63 of Logan Hilton out on track. So too is the 28 of Derek Conley. Conley making his way down the backstretch in that R&R heating and cooling machine. That white and blue 28 always looking very good. Right now Conley up on the wall as he is trying to set his car up with the best starting spot possible. The 7 of Josh Milam, he's out on track as well. Josh riding that high line right along the wall here at Talladega. Very easy to do. Nice smooth surface. Big old wide arcing corners. '22 machine of Eric Carline. Right now he is on top of our leaderboard. However, it is going to change very quickly as more and more of these drivers come in. This second lap going to be the fastest one for almost everybody, as it is. So the 22 for the moment has the pole. Dave, which car are you watching?
I'm actually right there with my eyes on that very clean 22. That Hertz paint job out there on that it looks nice and clean. That white's nice and crisp. Stars across the hood. It's looking nice.
So Eric Carline gonna go from a 51 down to a 50.594. A whole heck of a lot faster, but Logan Hilton, now he finds himself on top of the speed chart with a fast qualifying time of a 50.594. Derek Conley taking over second spot for the moment. Have several other cars out on track as well. The 50 is Sean McCarrick, and a new paint scheme in that 50 machine. He is up on the wall, getting his car up to speed.
And as one car gets up to speed, watching Daniel Holloway come around for his second time lap in that Hershey Kisses car. That thing looks pretty sweet as well. No pun intended there at all, but looks pretty nice. A little bit off that yellow line down this backstretch here. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take that pole position away from Logan Hilton or not.
Holloway working through the corner, trying to lay down his best lap. David Booth in the 77 out on track right now as well. That 77 machine coming around to set his first qualifying time. He works his way through the tri-oval and headed for the start-finish line. 10 minutes in total to set your lap. 2 laps, what you are allowed to do. We're sitting at just 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in this qualifying session. Doug Rice in the 35 machine. He's making his way through the tri-oval. And Dave, we'll let you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there are a lot of drivers still sitting on pit road. A lot of drivers sitting at the edge of pit road. Rick Seabrand's just kind of hanging out, waiting for a cloud. Maybe James Mayer also just hanging out there on pit road. Hunter Reynolds. Looks like a lot of guys are waiting until halfway or more here and qualifying's over with.
Yeah, some of these guys like to wait until the very last minute to head out. We'll see how that plays out for him. The 11 of Chase Berry. Right now, he is out on track. Chase Berry not qualifying in reverse. He's trying to lay down a quick lap, but Chase not one to shy away from trying to turn a lap here all the way around this track with the car in reverse.
Yeah, I don't see how he doesn't blow that thing up when he's doing it, actually, because that thing is screaming in reverse.
Mark Vega in the 18 machine. He's making his way around the tri-oval, or I'm sorry, into turn 1 as I was looking at the tri-oval. He is up on the wall, so he is getting ready to set his first timed lap as he works his way down the backstretch. Logan Helton still holding on to that top position with a 50.594. So far, no one has been able to knock him off that top spot. This would be Logan's first pole position if he can hold on to it. We still have some heavy hitters to make their way out on the track. Mark Vega, one of those you got to keep an eye on. He might be able to wrestle a pole position away from Logan Helton.
And it looks like Randall Cobb and his 52 machine right out there next to that outside wall. So he's coming around to finish his first time lap. Looks like Rick Seabrand's finally heading out off of pit road. Robert Duvendak also has hit the track. So it looks like all those Alliance Motorsports drivers kind of going out in a staggered group, if that makes any logical sense.
The 10 machine of Duvendak up on the wall as he is gaining speed and headed for the start finish line. Works his way through the tri-oval. Very easy lap here at Talladega as far as keeping that car nice and straight. What makes it hard is doing it faster than everyone else. And right now, Logan Helton does hold on to the best time. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, 4 pole positions for this machine, trying to make it 5. We'll see if he has anything for Logan Helton's qualifying time. And the other driver with 4 pole positions on the season, that is Anthony English. Between these two, they have 8 poles, and the rest of the field only has 2 scattered throughout.
So you know what that tells me? That tells me just don't even bother qualifying. Because chances are you're not going to get the pole anyway, so let's save the engine, save some tires. You know, why have to beat out a fender for no reason? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. All right, so with that being said, guys, we're going to step away for our national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup right after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As drivers are starting to take to the grid, that means it's time to go through our starting lineup for OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Row number 1, first pole of the season, going to the 63 of Logan Helton. The 40 of Anthony English, oh so close but not enough, gonna start on his outside. Row number 2 will be the 28 of Derek Conley and the 18 of Mark Vega. Row 3 will be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 4 will be the 4 of Rick Sebrands and the 35 of Doug Rice. Row number 5 will be the 8 of Cody Ober and the 53 of Dave Hunt.
Starting row number 6, the 04 of Mark Mann and the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Row number 7, the 44 of Rodney Cobb and the 52 of Randall Cobb. Row number 8, the 95 of James Mayer, followed by the 24 of Will Weber. Row number 9, the 11 of Chase Berry and the 50 of Sean McCarrick. Row number 10, the 02 of David Overstreet, and rounding out your top 20, the 21 of Daniel Holloway.
Row number 11 will be the 62 of Les Levy and the 00 of Rob Connors. Row 12 will be the 22 of Eric Carline and the 15 of Alex Green. Row 13, our race control, that is Cody Eldred, but he ain't gonna be starting out there tonight. On the outside of row number 13, that is gonna be the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row 14, the 84 of Aspen Belvin and the 77 of David Booth, gonna make up this 27 car starting lineup here tonight. As always, we do want to give a special shout out and thank you to Cody Eldred, as he is up in the booth here tonight, and that is very well, makes our job easier, pretty much is what I want to say. Dave?
Makes our job easier, makes the driver's job easier, but very stressful to be up there, the one calling shots, when to say the stage is over, when it's not, if a caution flag should fly right around the stage end. So a lot of responsibility and a lot of stress up there in the booth. So we definitely appreciate everything Cody does, especially for us on this side of things, KR.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work to be race control, and very often not getting a lot of thank yous, so we do try and make sure that the race control know we appreciate them. Logan Helton in the 63 machine, working his way through 3 and 4s. He's getting ready to get after it first pole position for this 63. One win on the season for him. Can he get another one? 2 wins and you are for sure going to be locked in. But Logan also having a great points run. Pace car down and away, and we get ready to send this thing off to the green flag. Field working through the tri-oval in that long agonizing wait from the moment the pace car peels off to the moment they can get back to the throttle. And there we go, green flag is out, and tonight's race is underway. Logan Helton in the 63 and Anthony English in the 40, door to door as they head off into turn number 1.
Top 2 rows sticking together pretty well. Big gap back to the outside lanes help. Got a line of cars now all dropping down to the bottom. That's going to leave just those 2 cars running out there by themselves very early. Surprised nobody really going with them on the start as they head into turn number 3. Logan Helton still leading this long train of cars on the inside lane.
Yeah, we got only 2 cars in the outside for the moment. That is the 40 of Anthony English and the 18 of Mark Vega as they work their way back to the front stretch through the tri-oval. And Logan Helton in the 63 looking like he's going to lead this first lap.
First lap in the books, but not the most important lap yet. There's still a few more out there. We're something stage in number 1, stage in number 2, and obviously the most important, the reason we are here, the race win. And the kid done a fantastic job all year, doing a great job out there being the Pied Piper of the field, heading back into turn 3 for the second time.
That outside lane starting to build a few more cars, but they are buried deep and have a lot of ground to make up. That is being led by the 18 of Mark Vega. Right now he is scored in 12th place. He's got the 53 of Dave Hunt right behind him. They are both trying to make something happen. Sean McCarrick in the 50 machine. He's the 3rd car in the outside lane, but not quite to the back bumper of the 53 as Dave Hunt is going to abandon the 18. Everyone dropping down to this inside lane and no one challenging up in that upper lane.
And not something we're very accustomed to, getting so organized and so calm so early in the races, but with the fuel mileages being different, we've seen short pitting happen. Could a lot of the field already be on that strategy of getting down that way they're there in the next lap or 2 when that fuel window opens up?
I'm not 100% sure that's the reason. I think right now everyone's up on fresh tires, turning some very fast laps in that inside lane, just able to be a lot more dominant for the moment. So everyone tucking down there. We will see these cars 3 wide at some point. That second lane, no one's given up on it yet for sure, but just not got the speed it wants to have just yet.
And I mean, everybody is still right there with each other. I mean, the entire field within 2 seconds of each other, just strung out in that. I mean, it's amazing. Almost the entire field. Now we've got cars jumping down to pit road. Looks like most of Alliance Motorsports. About 10 cars coming down total with them. Seabrand's right there hugging that inside wall on pit road entry.
Yeah, he has a very unique line to get on the pit road. He pulls door to door with the 04 of Mark Mann. Now he's going to start heading for his pit stall. The 40 machine of Anthony English getting into his stall. Mark Mann very slow to his pit stall. Not sure what was going on there, but several cars were passing him.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get to his box and just had cars to his inside and wasn't able to turn down when he wanted to. So that's going to cost him a little bit, but still very early, very easily overcome. Got to keep in mind we do have a stage break coming up as more cars hit pit road. Cody Ober ducks down. Looks like there's
heavy contact.
about 3 or 4.
Cody Ober just got rear-ended by the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and now he goes up on the track, and the yellow flag going to come out as the 8 machine was not able to stay down below the racing line, and our first caution comes out for the night. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay here. back it up a little bit further. Daniel Holloway comes in with a full head of steam and gives a massive shunt to the 8. By the time Cody Ober gets it slowed down and straightened out, well, he's up on the track already. And that is what's going to trigger the caution. But everyone going to have a shot at getting on the pit road now without being under green flag.
Yeah, but you know who that helps? That helps those first group of drivers. They're not going to have to pit. I believe these drivers that hadn't hit pit road yet, I don't think, just because of the caution, I don't think they can make it to the stage end. So we may see Rick Seabrands and Anthony English inherit the top 2 rows. Or not rows, top 2 spots, rows, spots. You know, it's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing. Field working its way onto the front stretch. We'll see who is going to hit pit road here. Logan Helton in the 63 and the 28 of Derek Conley going to stay out. So Logan Helton coming down pit road. He's bringing Chase Berry along with him. So too with the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Belvin, who stepped away from his normal black Punisher paint scheme, running a new theme here tonight. But Derek Conley in the 28, he has stayed out. And we'll see what that plays into his favor. I don't know. He's not the only one that stayed out. I mean, Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Les Levy, Will Weber, Sean McCarrick, Eric Carline, David Overstreet, and David Booth all stayed out. They have not been on pit road yet.
And if you look at those 9 drivers that did stay out, they are all way down on the apron trying to save as much gas as possible. And I don't know, man, 25 laps mixed in with 4 or 5 laps of caution, that's still going to put you at about 20 laps of green flag. I don't know if they can do it, man. Gutsy call, but why not try it early?
Yeah, gotta try something, I guess. Right or wrong, try it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it said before, you got to do what they don't, or something like that.
So the 28 not making his way down pit road, neither did the 26. Things stay the way that they are. They will restart on this front row. Teammates from Fuel Sim Racing. Not only that, but the 7 of Josh Milam right there as well. Will Weber in the 24 machine. He is 5th place right now, separated by the checkered flag motorsports driver of Les Levy, who finds himself in 4th. But yeah, every single one of those guys who has not made a pit stop yet, down on the apron, trying to shorten the distance here around Talladega, probably trying to save as much fuel as they can, shutting the car off, firing it back up, doing all the little tricks you can to save fuel.
Absolutely. Looking over at Hunter Reynolds' telemetry and everything going on with the timing and scoring, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's flipping it off, pressing the clutch, letting it coast, flipping the ignition, and popping the clutch again for just a second, and he's cutting it off. I don't think he's probably stayed on the gas more than 10 seconds so far this entire lap. It's pretty crazy.
Lights go out on, well, no, lights stay on the pace car. I thought I saw him go out. That means we're going to be going around once again. So the first caution of the night coming out as 2 drivers tried to get onto pit road. Contact was made. Cody Ober ended up onto the racetrack sideways. Not a good place to be, but no further contact after that. But it was enough to bring out the yellow here tonight.
And I mean, already, KR, something that we haven't seen before. I mean, this early in the race, 8 laps into the race, and we've got drivers cutting their cars off to save fuel. I don't think we've had this before.
I I couldn't tell you whether we have or haven't. I do know that drivers every once in a while try and get brave, try and stretch their tanks all the way to the end of stage number 1. That's what it looks like we are doing right now. So Conley and Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Les Levy, all kind of on the same strategy here. They're going to be restarting on the first 2 rows. And they got a shot. It could work.
Man, I'm not that brave, even if I was in Vegas to make that call.
It could work.
I mean, it could, I guess. I mean, you aren't wrong.
Talladega with its very long caution lap, almost 2 minutes 28 seconds per lap under yellow. Hopefully this will be the last time around and the lights will go out this time on the pace car. I get kind of tired of looking at that Ford butt stain. Do want to give a shout out and thank you to everyone checking in on YouTube. How y'all doing out there tonight? Hope you're ready for this restart. Logan Helton kicked off the race, led the first 5 laps, gave up the lead under yellow when he came down pit road. Derek Conley has now led the next 3 laps. He's stayed out this entire time and not hit pit road.
And I believe the butt stain is broke because the lights, I don't think they've went off yet.
We did have a few more drivers come down pit road. So they are topping off their fuel tanks. So that's probably the sign that next time by the lights will go out. Yeah, this does seem like it has been an extended pit stop, caution flag, I should say. So if we can, let's see if we can't talk to our race leaders. He is in the lead and making a bold move here. The 28, Derek Conley, you got your ears on, bud?
Hey, KR, how's it going, bud?
It's going just great. How close are you going to be on fuel here tonight?
Well, we'll find out. Looks like I'm going to be about a half lap to the good. So another caution would be awesome, but it is what it is. Got to try something. You know, scared money don't make money.
There you go. That 28 machine looking like it's going to try and go all the way to the end of stage 1 here. But how is the car handling for you tonight? We know iRacing had a little bit of an update. Any changes that are going to be relevant?
Feels a lot more stable when pushing through the turns. We were actually trying it in practice, about 5-car tandem of pusher pushing the pusher all the way across. We were able to hold it 4 wide, felt really awesome. So it should make for a lot more exciting racing, a lot more green flags, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, that 28 machine going to restart on the front row here. And stage 1, not quite to the halfway point, but saying half a lap to the good. So I'm going to trust you on that one. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Oh, wrong button. Always want to thank you all for doing the broadcast. Alex, Cody, Rob for putting on the races each week. R&R Controls for being my sponsor this season. And Josh, Hunter, and Will. Ernie's not here with us, but I want to thank him too. Great teammates and everything. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, though.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Lights have gone out on the pace car. We'll let you get back to strategizing with the team.
Thanks, bud. You have a good one.
That is from Fuel Sim Racing, Derek Conley in the 28 machine. You heard it from him. He thinks he's half a lap to the good. Man, that's some close calculations.
Too close for my comfort. And he said scared money don't make money, but if I'm too scared to bet my money, at least I keep it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wrong either.
You're not wrong. The 28 making its way onto the backstretch. The 26, that is Hunter Reynolds. Teammates on the front row, Josh Milam in the 7, also a member from FSR. Then on the outside of row number 2, you have the 62 of Les Levy. He's from Checkered Flag Motorsports. Logan Helton sat on the pole, led the first 5 green flag laps. So Checkered Flag representing well here so far in this race. Les Levy picking up a win last week. So he is ecstatic to go 2 for 2. Got just a few more spots to go before he can call himself the race leader, though. The 24 Will Weber and the 50 is Sean McCarrick. That is going to make up row number 3. All of the FSR team that is out there tonight is inside the top 5.
I'm worried about this strategy that they're on, KR. I don't see how it's going to pan out. But I've been proved wrong multiple times all season, so probably get proved wrong again as the pace car hits the apron. We'll get set to go back green flag racing. Man, I can't wait. It's been a long caution.
It has been a long caution, and we are ready to fire them off once again. Pace car is on the pit road. Derek Conley waiting for the flagman to drop the green flag. Long wait through the tri-oval. Hunter Reynolds trying to time this one perfectly. Doesn't quite get the jump he would like to have. Josh Milam in the 7 timed it well with the 28. He's already hooked to his back bumper. And now that 26 slides down 4 FSR drivers down on the inside lane.
Again, we're seeing that outside lane not really get going on the restart or the initial start for that matter. But now a lot of drivers starting to make their way up through the field. Looks like we've got 2 drivers looking at possible 3 wide back there. So that's going to fizzle out, go back 2 wide. And Derek Connolly will continue to lead this long train of cars down there on the inside lane. Looks like Hunter Reynolds now looking to the outside of Josh Milam.
So now we're trying that outside lane for a battle for the lead. Several cars in that outer lane. Derek Conley in the 28 staying committed to the bottom. The 7 of Josh Milam staying right there with him. Will Weber in the 24 machine pushing his teammate, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. They have now got this field stacked up behind them. Everyone looking at an FSR car for the moment.
Things starting to get a little bit more organized back through the field, looking like we do have those 2 cars being led by Mark Vega. I believe that's in the 18 up there pushing that 3rd lane. Not sure they're going to get there with just 2 cars, KR, but they're trying.
Yeah, that is Mark Vega in the 63 of Logan Helton trying to work that outer lane all the way up along the wall. Stage 1 going to end on lap 20. It is at the completion of lap 20, and these drivers quickly running out of time. If you're in the back, you've got to find somewhere they are not so that you can make that pass. Now we got 3 cars up in that outside lane. The 51 of Travis Elliott going to join the 18 in the 63. Oh, Logan Helton gets turned. He's up on his lid. And Logan Helton spinning like a top. That 63 machine heavily damaged, and he is going to end up on the flatbed back to the race pit lane. Sorry. But man, that was not a good one. The 63 of Logan Helton looks like just a bad bump. Not sure if the 18 disappearing had anything to do with it or not, but Logan Helton just really goes for a spin here. And that just was not a good situation. They were really making their way forward as they headed off into turn number 3, as we're going to take one last look at this from the blimp. The 51 of Travis Elliott goes for a slow spin, heavy damage on that, but he gets it straightened out and gets rolling. Unfortunately for Logan, that is going to be a costly deal. as he ended up on his roof. Hopefully he can get rolling before the field comes around to put him one lap down.
Yeah, and that was crazy. Just looked like a push gone wrong there, and then Logan Helton, I'm surprised if he ain't sick inside of that car, how fast it was spinning on its lid. That was a pretty crazy one to watch.
Derek Conley was hoping for one more caution. He's got that caution that he needed. So with that being said, guys, we're going to step away for a minute. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight we are here with OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they present their Talladega 250. We are under our second caution of the night here in stage number 1. Logan Helton in the 63 machine. He has gotten rolling once again after being turned upside down and around and spun like a top. At 63, one lap down. Good news for him. For the moment, he is the only car one lap down. He can rely on the fact that the stage-ending caution is going to come out. He just might very well end up back on the lead lap because of that.
And looking at timing and scoring right now, KR, not over there near the front stretch to look down on pit road, but Rick Sebrands and Mark Mann, they have been on pit road for an awful long time as well. Actually, looks like both of those drivers beginning to roll off of pit road now, so just a little bit of an extended stay that time by. So Logan Helton will still be the first and only car one lap down. As you said, fortunately for him, we're going to have that stage 1 caution or stage 1 end here in the next 4 or 5 laps. So Yeah, still got a shot at this thing.
Yeah, the field working its way back onto the front stretch here. Caution lights getting ready, I believe, to go out once again. We might see a few drivers head for pit lane at the last possible second, but everyone should be good on fuel from here. So the 28 of Derek Conley, the 7 of Josh Milam, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 22 of Eric Carline, 24 of Will Weber, the 62 of Les Levy, and the 77 of David Booth, all who have not made a pit stop yet in this stage. Going to most likely make it on fuel with this extra caution that they've had.
Yeah, that should pad him with enough fuel. You heard Derek Connolly talk about being a half a lap to the good, and he's been able to save a ton of fuel since then. So these drivers should definitely make it now. Good call, I guess. You know, once again, I guess I would have not made any money.
So as the field starts to stack up behind the pace car, Derek Conley, Josh Milam going to be row number 1 for this restart. Hunter Reynolds, Eric Carline, row number 2. Will Weber in the 24 machine and the 62 of Les Levy will be our third row for this restart. That being said, all those guys not yet made their pit stops. They have a shot at winning this stage, as it will be just about 3 laps left in the stage when the green flag hits.
Yeah, but I can probably put some money on this one. It's going to be a crazy 3 laps to the end of this thing.
Yeah, these drivers are going to get up on the wheel. Everyone going to try and get every spot they can. Derek Conley in the 28, he is feeling confident for the moment. He's got a lot of help. His teammates are all around him. The 7 of Josh Milam, though, just because you got teammates around you doesn't mean that they're not gonna pass you for that stage win. Josh Milam in the 7, he's got a hungry driver behind him. That is the 22 of Eric Carline, and we'll see what Carline does here. He can get that 7 going. Josh Milam may drop down to the inside. Carline would then be the lead car in the outside lane. So here we go. Field working its way through the tri-oval. Derek Conley waiting for the green flag. There it is. Green flag is back out. And we are going to try and finish stage number 1 here under the green flag as they head off into turn number 1. The 28 and the 7 still kind of side by side, but the 7 machine dropping back a little bit. Hunter Reynolds, Will Weber starting to move up.
And actually Chase Berry jumped to the 3rd lane in that 11 right on the second that he could. As soon as it was open and available, he went right to the top. I believe the 44 of Rodney Cobb's right there in front of him. So look for that 3rd lane to try to materialize here in these last 2 laps as the field makes their way back around to the tri-oval, still leading the race. Another spin, big caution behind the race leader.
Lots of torn up race cars this time. The 8 of Cody Ober going around. The 63's involved. The 84, the 52. Robert Duvendeck in the 10, slowly trying to work his way through. Let's back this up and see what happens off the nose of the 52 of Randall Cobb. And Randall Cobb's going to get turned. And just everyone being tightly packed. Going to leave nobody with anywhere to go. From high atop our aerial blimp. Coverage for that provided by Vapid Yeet Racing. And just a lot of torn up race cars as they made their way to the tri-oval coming off of turn number 4.
And KR, I hate to be kind of pessimistic here, but that's going to put a lot of drivers either having to burn that fast repair or way off pace here for all of stage number 2. So driving styles may be changed drastically before we've even had the end of stage number 1 here tonight.
Yeah, it is a ever-evolving strategy, trying to save that fast repair for as long as you possibly can. But man, I'll tell you, these two drivers heading to pit road, they made the right calls here tonight. The 26 and the 28. We'll let them get through with their pit stops, and then we'll get a word in with these. Our stage winner, the 62 of Les Levy, he's going to win the race off of pit road. An outstanding pit stop for Les in that 62. Hunter Reynolds third, and our stage winner, Derek Conley, coming off next. Let's see if we can't get a word in with the stage winner. That is Derek Conley. Derek, you got your ears on, bud?
Hey, KR.
How are you doing out there tonight? It looks like your strategy played just the way you needed it to.
Yeah, got a couple of lucky cautions out there. I felt like we were going to make it regardless, but those cautions always help extend the fuel mileage and everything, so it all kind of fell in our lap this time.
Well, the 28 picks up a stage win here. Stage number 1 going to you. Kind of a caution-heavy stage out there tonight. Do you think the drivers are just not really used to the new setup, or what?
I honestly couldn't tell you what's going on back there. I've just been up front and not really seeing very many of them. So I don't know what's going on. It looks like a lot of people, I see Les with some damage. I heard that Logan was up on his lid earlier. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and watch the broadcast after this is done to see what happened in the first 20 laps.
All right, Derek. Well, you win a stage here tonight. That 28 machine looking very solid. You've been out front for 13 laps, but for the moment, Daniel Holloway has that top spot. A little bit different strategy from him. He hasn't came down pit road this time, so now he's going to try and stretch it.
Yeah, we'll see. I got this in the draft, making about 17, 18 laps on the tanks, so I doubt that he can make it from the last time he pitted. He might be trying to plan out a short pit, kind of like what they did earlier, but we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
As he pulls off right now.
All right, there you go. He's off on the pit road. Good luck to you in stage number 2. Any shout outs or thank yous?
As always, thank you all for the broadcast. Alex, Cody, Rob for putting the league on. Josh, Hunter, Ernie, and Will for being the best teammates I could have. And R&R Controls for coming on board as a sponsor.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you here in stage number 2.
Thanks, bud.
Derek Conley, your stage 2 or stage 1 winner. So guys, we're gonna step away for a minute. No one go anywhere. I gotta refill my drinking glass, and then we'll get back at it for the second stage here tonight.
Racing. You wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field has started to stack up behind the Ford Mustang pace car. One driver that has gotten the wave around, that is the 63 of Logan Helton. He is back on the lead lap, but he is off sequence. He will have to make a pit stop here in stage number 2 as we get ready to fire that off. Stage 2 going to end on a lap 40 here tonight. And Dave, Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley, these two restarting on the front row here again. Fuel Sim Racing in the first 2 rows.
Yeah, looking to pick up right where they left off at stage number 1. That's at the front of the field. Pretty sure they're going to have a tough time making it on fuel just yet, but you never know. They employed that long game last time. May try to do it this time. Pace car finally down and away. Hunter Reynolds will lead the field to the green flag for the start of stage number 2. And long wait before we get to hit that gas. And Hunter Reynolds fires off the line. We're back racing here at Talladega Super Speedway side by side. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. Looks like Derek Connolly has a little bit of the advantage now with Will Weber right on his bumper, pushing him through the center of the corner. Back around to the back stretch as Hunter Reynolds now surges forward on the bottom line.
Conley in the 28, the 24, Will Weber trying to hold on to the lead as they head off into turn number 3, but Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam with the advantage of the shorter way around as everyone's getting up to speed here, for getting at full song 200 miles an hour as they head for the tri-oval. Everyone getting through cleanly on this opening lap for that restart.
Very clean opening lap before this restart here. Top 10, throw a blanket over them, all within 0.3 of a second. As a matter of fact, it's 0.8 all the way back to 14th. So, I mean, drivers right there all over each other. A few drivers electing to hang back in the back. May have been caught up in some of those problems there in stage number 1.
We ride on board with the 35 of Doug Rice. Right now he finds himself in 7th place. 4th car outside lane, the 22 of Eric Carline squeezing by down underneath him. But Doug Rice giving a shot to the 50 is Sean McCarrick. McCarrick running that newer paint scheme here tonight, debuting it here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. So looking very sharp. I like the colors on that 50 machine, but can't spend too much time talking about the paint. Travis Elliott in the 51, who was involved in a caution earlier here tonight. He is making his way back forward, that 51 machine. Sitting in 9th place, he has the 8 of Cody Ober right behind him. We do have a few cars that have fallen off this lead pack, and now the 8 of Cody Ober, he is going to hit pit road. We'll see if he's got any help coming to join him. Daniel Holloway is on pit road, so too is Alex Green. So all of the DEI wannabes are on pit road.
Meanwhile, up at the front, Chase Berry was digging, making that 3rd lane work with help from Aspen Belvin. Then the 50 of Sean McCarrick jumped out there, kind of slowed that momentum down. Big moment there. Berry almost went 4 wide. chose to stay 3 wide. Now they're going to leave McCarrick out to dry up in that third lane all by himself.
3 wide into the tri-oval. Chase Berry, Sean McCarrick, 2 cars working that third lane. Derek Conley in the 28 coming around to lead another lap. Conley has led 15 laps so far tonight. He's going to drop down in front of his teammate Will Weber in the 24. FSR making up the first 4 cars on the inside lane. They are working together very well right now. Alex Green in the 15 getting out of the way. He had a 4-tire stop on pit road. He is all by himself. His teammates have abandoned him as they made 2-tire stops. So Alex Green, first car and only car, 1 lap down right now.
And that time by down the back stretch, Sean McCarrick actually up into the wall a little bit. That's going to slow him down. He's going to start losing this draft if he doesn't jump down to the bottom. Now it looks like Aspen Belvin making his way around Chase Berry. He's going to try to lead that third line. Berry almost up into the wall. Sparks flying off the right rear of the car as he is hanging it out. And I was surprised and shocked to see KR up at the front. Those 2 cars going back and forth from the bottom lane to the middle lane. And now they're not going like that anymore as Aspen Belvin is there. Chase Berry pushing like none other out there on the outside lane. We're going to be 3 wide for the race lead when we come across the line.
Heading into the tri-oval, that outside lane finally starting to build some momentum, and Aspen Belvin going to surge to the front, and Belvin going to lead his first lap of the night. Chase Berry in the 11 machine able to stay hooked to his back bumper, and those 2 cars going to drop down to the inside lane as they are now in front of the 35 of Doug Rice. But Vapid Yeet Racing now finds itself out in front.
Just like that, Chase Berry jumps to the outside right there in front of Rodney Cobb, trying to get around into the point. Berry's been a man on the mission since the drop of the green flag for the restart here, beginning of stage number 2. He hasn't been very patient. He wants to get to the front, and I think he may have it this time by, if the momentum holds true on the outside lane. There it is, Berry with a lap in the books now.
So Chase Berry going to lead his first lap of the race. So Vapid Yeet Racing got 2 out of 3 drivers who have led a lap. The 51 of Travis Elliott trying to get caught up to him there. He'd like his shot at leading a lap. We are getting close to the end of stage number 2. Just 11 laps left in that one.
And things starting to slowly die down for that outside lane right now. Got a little bit squirrely there as the 51 of Elliott got right to the rear bumper of Cobb. Kind of slowed them down just a little bit. Now looks like the 77 of David Booth. He's looking to make it 3 wide with no help. Not sure how that's going to work out. He's going to fall back in line behind the 51. Long train of cars down there on the inside lane. That second pack being led by Rick Seabrands has slowly caught up to the rear of this front pack as Berry now moves back, trying to move back around to the front of the field.
Check in on our second group of cars. These drivers are 12.4 seconds off the race lead. They're being led by the 02 of David Overstreet as we have several cars making their way onto pit road here. That is Fuel Sim Racing pitting as a team. Alex Green 1 lap down, but here comes David Overstreet in the 02, the 62 of Les Levy, Mark Mann in the 04. These guys running 15th, 16th, 17th. Mark Vega in 18th with Randall Cobb in the 52 right behind them. They have lost the lead pack, and they are way off pace, but they're not the worst case here. The 8 of Cody Ober, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and the 63 of Logan Helton They are the last 3 cars on the lead lap, and Cody over in the 8 machine, he is 37 seconds behind the race leader, or you could say the race leader is just 10 seconds behind him.
And as the front pack slowly gets formed up, they're single file up there running with Chase Berry at the point. They're going to start to reel in those cars without the numbers, without the momentum. So look for that gap to shorten rather quickly. We've only got about 8 laps left to go here in stage number 2. Is it enough time to stay out in front? Will we see a caution? Who knows? That's why we watch.
Chase Berry, your race leader. Several drivers making the split down for pit lane. And the 51 of Travis Elliott, he is going to go for a spin. Again, Travis Elliott caught up in another issue. That 51 torn up once again, may not have a faster, he should not have a fast repair available, as I believe he had to use it last time. But that 51 getting torn up. Let's go to our instant replay here and watch the 51 as he tries to get on the binders. Gets into the 35, the 53, and goes for a slow spin. Everyone trying to split him. The 77 of David Booth just making it onto pit road and able to ghost through the 51. Otherwise, that would have been heavy contact between those two. But we go back live. Your race leader is the 4 of Rick Seabrands. He is coming around to lead his first lap of the race. Anthony English in the 40 machine, tucked in nice and tight behind him. James Mayer, Robert Dubendak, 4 drivers right there from Alliance Motorsports, now in the top 4.
Only driver missing from that front pack from Alliance Motorsports is Pat himself running back there in the 11th position. He does have Randall Cobb and Les Levy right there with him, just not up there at the front, about 16.5 seconds behind his teammates. But stage number 2 is coming closer and closer to an end, so gonna be able to regroup and try to get all 5 of those Alliance Motorsports drivers back up inside the top 10.
Seabrands leading another lap. Last time on pit road was 15 laps ago, the end of stage number 1. Not going to be able to make it to the end of stage 2 on this fuel without help from a caution. At least I don't believe so. That's going to be a bit of a stretch, but they might be trying it since they have not come down pit road yet.
It's going to be awful close. I think they're in a little bit better of a situation than what Derek Connolly was before his second caution allowed him to be sure to make it. With the way the caution flew for the stage end and how many laps we went and all that, carry the 2 minus the 0.5% on top of the pie. It's cherry, super delicious, and yeah, they should make it.
Doug Rice in the 35 machine. Right now he is 1 lap down. He has made his green flag pit stop. He does not want to go a second lap down here. The 4 Rick Seabrands using him as a drafting partner. Now he's going to tuck down to the inside. Rick Seabrands in the 4 is right now pulled away from the 40 of Anthony English. And I'm thinking that the 40 and the 95 are backing this up a little bit to save some fuel. Rick Seabrands in the 4 feeling like he's got enough fuel in that thing. He's still getting after it.
And what's interesting about that is not only are they teammates, but they've pitted at the same time, or were on pit road together the last time. So interesting to see that maybe one crew chief thinks his driver can make it and the other ones just don't have the faith.
Yeah, they are definitely off pace here in comparison to Rick Seabrands, down on speed quite a bit. They do have a gap back to the 18 of Mark Vega. Mark Vega is 13 seconds behind them. So he works his way to the high side. David Overstreet going to work right on by. Rick Seabrands in the 4 has pulled it onto pit road. Here comes David Overstreet as well. So Anthony English in the 40 machine takes over the race lead. But these drivers are going so slow right now. They are trying to make it to the end of this stage, and they have quite a gap to work with here.
Yeah, and maybe Rick Seabrand's just playing it a little safe, not wanting to take the gamble, going ahead and coming down pit road, knowing that his teammates were going to be backing up, so he shouldn't fall a lap down. Good call on his half, I think. Gutsy call for the rest of these drivers right here, as it looks like Sean McCarrick now looking to the outside. He's going to be the only car out there, and it looks like he's starting to pick up pace. I think he's going to try to run this final lap full song.
Yeah, it looks to be that case, as the 50 is Sean McCarrick makes his way out in front. Everyone else now on the throttle trying to catch him. It is the final lap of stage number 2, and McCarrick now has that machine wound up, but he is going to drive down to the inside. He is out of fuel. The 40 of Anthony English, he is at full speed still. He's pulling away from the 95 of James Mayer. Down through 3 and 4. Final lap of the stage. Does the 40 have enough fuel to get to the end and win this thing? Meanwhile, behind them, we got drivers all around. Eric Carline in the 22, he's out of fuel. He's dropping down to pit road. But the 40 of Anthony English going to have enough fuel to win the stage. And we wait for the caution to come out. The 95 of James Mayer and the 10 of Robert Duvendak going to get, well, they're not going to get on by. The 40 maybe going to be the one scored in front, but Anthony English is your stage 1 winner. Wow, stage 2 winner. Good grief.
It's all right. At least you didn't say, and the tracks are hitting the cars here tonight.
Yeah.
I've actually said that instead of the cars hitting the track, so don't feel bad.
So the 40 of Anthony English going to come away with the stage 2 win. McCarrick, who ran out of fuel down the back stretch, slowly making his way onto pit road after he had to coast around. But the 40 going to get on the binders and hit pit road. John McCarrick going to lose all kinds of time, as he is just not quite up to his pit stall. But with all that going on, and the 40 of Anthony English hitting pit road, the 11 of Chase Berry now scored as the race leader. So we will see if we can't get a word in with the 40 of Anthony English from Alliance Motorsports, and your stage 2 winner. Anthony, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
That 40 machine made a bold strategy move there to win the stage, saved some fuel, even back down on the speed for a while, and here it plays out as you get the victory for stage 2.
Yep. We knew it was going to be super close. I mean, it was so close. You see, we had to back off there, but was able to pull it off though.
Well, the 40 was able to pull it off. Rick Seabrands in the 4 bailed out. The 22 of Eric Carline bailed out. How much was that making you nervous to see the 50 of Sean McCarrick run out of fuel down the backstretch?
Well, I wanted the stage win, so I seen him go by. So when I seen him go by, I thought for sure he had enough. So I gunned it and took off from Jim to try to get it back, and then noticed he was running out coming out of the turn.
Well, the 40 had an excellent call again, man. Nice job on stage 2. What a way to not panic and just stay true to your strategy.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all Robert's fuel strategy there, so I give total props to him.
All right, so for the stage win, any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, for sure. You guys, Stark, Alex, some guys for what they do here, and all my teammates at Alliance Motorsports for making the stage win happen.
All right, that is Anthony English, driver for Alliance Motorsports in that 40 machine, your stage 2 winner. And Dave, that was a caution-free stage, and man, I don't know about you, but I did not expect to see someone try and stretch the fuel in that manner.
Yeah, caution-free stage, but still some chaos, if you will. But chaos coming from fuel strategy. Drivers running out, drivers scared of running out. We had drivers hitting pit road, making sure they weren't going to run out. Some of them found themselves a lap down. Some got a wave around. Some got the lucky dog. So all different types of varying strategies at the beginning of our final stage, the final stretch here. And we've seen the drivers pick up the pace a little bit there, KR. We've seen that 2 wide and 3 wide at some times. Curious to see if they go back to the 2 and 3 wide early here in this final stage.
Yeah, Vapid Yeet Racing really used that third lane in the second stage to surge forward and lead a few laps. However, they did not come away with the stage win. The 22 of Eric Carline, he is trapped between the leader and the pace car. Carline, last car on the lead lap, so he is looking to use the wave around from the pace car here. One driver is out of the race here tonight. That is the 51 of Travis Elliott. He is gone behind the wall. He is done for the evening. His race car 2 torn up to continue on. And he is the only car out of this race. We do have several cars 1 lap down. As I mentioned, Eric Carline, last car on the lead lap. He is scored in a 21st spot. Rodney Cobb in the 44, Dave Hunt in the 53, and Doug Rice in the 35. They're all 1 lap down. So they will be battling for the first car 1 lap down to get back on the lead lap should a caution flag fly.
Yeah, and that's usually a battle that is just as heated as leading the race. The battle for the lucky dog can get pretty crazy sometimes. I know myself. I've been involved in a few big ones just trying to be the lucky dog. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see those 2 drivers mix it up and try to get to the front of the field and maybe unlap themselves the good old-fashioned way.
So with the lights on the pace car, Chase Berry, the leader, he is waiting to get back after it. So are we. Check in on a few other drivers. Our stage 2 winner, Anthony English, going to be restarting in 18th spot, serving a penalty for pitting on a closed pit. So he will have to work his way backwards here as a few more cars need to work around him and then start the move forward once again. Rick Seabrands in the 4, who was trying to make the same strategy as the 40 and go for that stage win, bailed out at the last lap, filled up. He finds himself in 7th place right now. And then our pole sitter, Logan Helton in the 63, he's up to 3rd place after being spun like a top. So he is recovered nicely from his incident. And finally, we'll take a last look. Our stage 1 winners. I try and find him here in the timing and scoring. In fact, I have found him. He is in 11th place. That is the 28 of Derek Conley. So everyone on these strategies right now has been shuffled throughout the entire field, and highlights, lowlights, whatever you want to call it, everyone getting ready to go back to the green flag with the lights out on the pace car.
And as we rejoin everybody up here at the front, Chase Berry actually choosing the outside lane, something we haven't really seen a lot of. A little bit surprised myself. Usually that outside lane doesn't get going on the restarts, but maybe having the control car out there on the outside lane will help them get moving. Maybe it slow the inside lane, maybe not having as quick of reaction time as the 21 of Daniel Holloway is going to be leading that inside lane just in front of the 63 of Logan Helton. So interesting little move there by Barry. I don't think I've seen many drivers throughout the mini races here with OP Racing choose that outside lane on a restart, KR.
Yeah, I can't recall that happening too much, but not outside the realm of possibility for sure. So as they work their way through 3 and 4, a lot of cars lined up on the inside lane. Several drivers taking advantage of hitting their pit stops when it was 2 to go when that call was made. So now everyone getting ready for the final sprint to the end of this race. Field up on the wheel. Pace car is down and away. The 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 11 of Chase Berry gonna get after it here as we wait for that green flag to come out. Berry edging out just ahead a little bit there, and now the green flag flies as the 11 of Chase Berry and the 21 of Daniel Holloway gonna send it off into turn number 1.
Sending it off into turn number 1, Logan Helton with a big push on the 21. That inside lane's gonna surge back to the front coming off of turn number 2, but just wait for it. Here comes that accordion. Chase Berry now side by side once again halfway down the backstretch with the 21 on the inside lane.
Will Weber in the 24 machine. He is the 3rd car on the inside. He's right behind the 63 of Logan Helton. Will Weber looking for a solid finish here tonight, as he is kind of on the bubble of, well, in a must-win situation, but not only a must-win, but he might be one of the guys that has to win 2 races, as he is well down the order in points. He came into tonight 18th place in the point standings. So Will Weber desperate for a win or 2 in that 24 machine. Now he's going to shove the 21 of Holloway to the front. The 63 of Logan Helton in the middle. He's got the 8 of Cody Ober right behind him. The 11 of Chase Berry up on the wall for the moment.
And I think we got 3 wide without wanting to be 3 wide there, KR. Looked like Logan Helton kind of got pushed up out of that bottom lane. That's why he was up there in the middle. Then Chase Berry forced to the top, now out there running all alone, but help from Mark Vega is coming. He's got that 18 machine wound up there on the high side. Now Berry gonna tuck back in line. We're back 2 wide. We do have another 3 wide situation just a little bit behind them with Sean McCarrick in the middle. So drivers mixing up pretty early here in this final stage.
Rick Seabrand's leading the 2nd lane in that 4 machine. Now Logan Helton in the 63 stepping out to the outside of the 24 Will Weber. And now Logan Helton to the front, back to the lead. He goes after leading the first 5 laps of the race. He has been struggling to get back to the front, and now he has finally completed that mission. Now he's got to hold on to it for the next 46 laps.
Yeah, and going from 4 to 46, that's going to be a huge drop. That's going to be a huge task. Not sure if he's going to be able to get it done, but right now doing a good job has a good pusher right behind him. Another rookie. So once again, the rookies are shining here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series.
Yeah, it has been a stout year for the rookies. They have come on strong and made a name for themselves, and every single one of them has been impressive. The 63 of Logan Helton even picking up a win here with this Monday night series. If you guys would like to be out here on Monday night, you can go ahead and find the OP Racing Super Speedway Series in the league tabs of your iRacing homepage. Apply for the league in one of the feeder series. Run some laps out there with them. Show you can handle yourself. And then Monday nights are by invite. And you can see we have quite a full field here tonight. So the invites are plentiful. We'd love to have you out here. Love to call your name right here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Absolutely. And look at that, the kid pulling the switch back. Holloway pulled the old switch. We've seen that move from second row inside lane there, going out, leading the outside lane, coming back around, taking the lead. Helton do the re-switch there. Now Rick Seabrand's trying to ensure that doesn't happen again. He's going to surge forward to get side by side once again with the kid down there digging on the bottom. Hunter Reynolds still pushing Seabrands, but not able to get him cleared.
Seabrand's in that 4, staying up on that lane. The 11 of Chase Berry, he's got a good run up onto the 3rd lane, but no one has gone with him just yet. If you see that pink and white car, that is the 44 of Rodney Cobb. He is the first car 1 lap down. He is trying to get back to the lead lap. He is in the mix of this battle for sure. Doug Rice in the 35 machine. He is the second car 1 lap down. He's a little bit further back, but Rodney Cobb really trying to surge forward here. Maybe hoping for a caution, but he might be able to continue his march forward and get out in front of the leader.
Yeah, get his lap back the good old-fashioned way. That's one way to do it. And I'm starting to see a distinct second pack here begin to form. KR looks like Mark Mann down there leading most of the field back there with that second pack. So a few drivers playing it a little bit on the safe side. Maybe had to burn up that fast repair in one of those chaotic moments there in stage number 1. That's where all our cautions were, as Logan Helton looks to pull the switch one more time. Help from Seabrands. Will Seabrands stay with him? Looks like those top 2 gonna clear now. Seabrands down to the bottom. He's gonna try to pull the switch from the opposite direction. Not sure if I've seen that one work yet either.
Yeah, Rick Seabrands dived down to the inside. The 63 of Logan Helton has been abandoned. He is all by himself in the middle lane here. Nobody to his back bumper. He is losing ground because of that. The 44 of Cobb trying to get there though. However, the race leader is the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds is that lead car in the middle lane. Logan Helton got some help, and he is starting to march back to the front.
Big push there through 1 and 2, all the way through the corner. That 21 right on the bumper of Seabrands, and that I haven't seen the drivers this stable pushing that hard in quite a long time. So maybe some of the updates and packages now allowing a little bit more of that pushing, as it looks like our stage 1 winner leading that 3rd outside lane there. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that's the 7 of Josh Milam trying to help that 3rd lane go up to the front.
Yeah, Josh Milam and Derek Conley up along the wall here. They are trying to build some momentum, not working out for them just yet, as the 11 of Chase Berry staying side by side with the 28 of Conley. But up at the front, Logan Helton's going to get turned. Heavy contact, and we got cars all over the track.
Cody Ober involved, hard impact to the inside wall. 77 of David Booth also involved. Multiple cars caught up here in this one.
That was the 63 of Logan Helton getting involved in this one, making contact with the 21 of Daniel Holloway. And you can see the 63, he popped his engine. The 63 engine let go, and then everyone tried to scatter to find somewhere to get through this. And that is going to be Logan Helton's night, if he really did pop that engine.
And I'm trying to find some stuff over here on the side, slow things down, look at it from all different angles, KR. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think that engine popped and the 44 just got into the rear of the 63, and that sent them down into Holloway.
Yeah, these engines can really only take about one lap of hard pushing, and Logan Helton had been trying very hard to stay up front. He had been running that thing ragged and was doing a great job at it. Just unfortunately looks like that engine has expired, and that is going to put him out of this race. And dang old dang, that's got to hurt a little bit after challenging for the race lead to let an engine go like that.
Yeah, gotta hurt. Just the race that Logan had, you know, sat on the pole for the first time this season, led some laps early, had some trouble, was way back in the back of the pack, one lap down at a point in time, to be up there leading the race once again, and then have your engine pop while you're trying to push hard and possibly make a move to the inside lane to retake the race lead. And highs and lows, and you know, it's racing.
Randall Cobb in the 52 going to win the race off of pit road. Fuel only for him. Looks like almost everyone else a 4-tire stop or damage repair. And so Randall Cobb in the 52 winning the race off of pit road and picking up the race lead in the process. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and the 4, Rick Seabrand, is going to come off second and third. Do want to point out we had 2 drivers with this caution out of the race. They have gone behind the wall. That is the 8 of Cody Ober and the 15 of Alex Green. So 2 cars early exit here for them. They will join the 51 of Travis Elliott.
And KR, you know, the crew chief in me is going to come out real quick. We are working lap 57. That's about 38 laps. So looking at fuel mileage, I know you're going to have to stop at least one more time. Do you do it right when the fuel window opens, or do you try to split it as best as you can? You know you can get about 18 laps of fuel. So these drivers may be able to split it right in half. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's going to be a good strategy call for somebody. I'm not going to make that call. I'm not that smart. I can't make a call like that. The 44 of Rodney Cobb, he is trapped between the leader and the pace car. He is going to try and do the wave around to get back on the lead lap. However, he is just a handful of laps away from having to hit pit road himself. And so I don't know if this is going to be a good move for the 44 or not, because he's taking a gamble on another caution. I don't think that caution is going to come, before he can hit pit road.
Well, with a torn up race car, the rear end of that thing has seen better days. Maybe just best to try to stay out. Maybe a fast repair not in the bank, and if he goes to pit road right now, that could be the end of his night. So might be just trying to get as many laps as he can before a bad situation gets worse.
52 of Randall Cobb, who won the race off of pit road. He's down on the apron trying to save some fuel. We do have 37 laps to go here tonight. Cody Eldred checking in on YouTube saying that Logan Helton had some wheel issues. So what looked like maybe a popped engine could be the fact that something just broke mechanically in his sim racing equipment.
Well, I hate to ever argue with our race control, but replays I was looking at, I seen a little bit of black smoke come from the rear of the car before that left-hand turn that he had made. Maybe a blown tire, possibly, but I'm not quite sure it would have been a blown tire, but it really looked like a blown engine from my vantage point. But there again, I'm not going to go against race control, so is what it is, and just a tough break for the kid, man. He's having a good race, good night, coming back, doing what he needed to do, and just unfortunately, things happen, and when they happen big here at Talladega.
That they do. When you crash at 200 miles an hour, it's always big. The 62 of Les Levy gonna make his way on the pit road, top off his fuel tank, get back out there. The shake and bake machine going to be one of the ones that can come through the field. The 52 of Randall Cobb out in front. The 35 of Doug Rice, he's going to use the wave around. He's going to try the same strategy as the 44 of Rodney Cobb. So those two maybe having a shot here to try and pit together after the green flag and still stay on the lead lap. I don't know, it's going to be a tough one. Two cars is going to work better than one, but they're still going to be slower than the pack.
Yeah, but looking in my little book of race trends over here for Talladega Super Speedway with the OP Racing Super Speedway Series KR, it looks like we usually have at least one caution inside of 13 laps to go. So, I mean, that's still a long way away from where we are now. But I'm sure these drivers are looking at some of the past races here in the laps that these final cautions have came out on, and they're banking to see a caution or two here late in this final stage.
Yeah, that is for sure something that they're hoping for. And not only that, but, well, Mark Vega, Sean McCarrick, for the moment, they are the only cars 2 laps down. They're also the only cars any number of laps down. So they would like another shot at trying to get back on this lead lap. Gonna take a little extra work to get both of them back on the lead lap, but that's why you never give up. You stay out there, anything can happen. So Dave, I have called way too many green flag restarts here tonight. You want to take us through this one here?
Sure, Dad. I'll play baseball.
All right.
Pace car finally getting out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and start a petition now for next season or any other season that we're ever up here in the booth. We got to get rid of that ugly thing. Just saying. Tired of looking at it. 52, Randall Cobb going to lead the field back to the green flag. Rick Seabrand's just to his outside. Long way to go before these drivers hit the restart box. Coming to it now, back in the gas. And we're green flag racing once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. Randall Cobb digging down on the bottom. Rick Seabrand's had a little bit better of a restart, has the 40 of Anthony English right behind him. James Mayer joins that trio of cars. There is 4 or 5 lined up already on the inside lane as they're going to begin to surge past. Those 3 now make it 4 drivers, all of Alliance Motorsports drivers right there, 4 of the 5. And here comes Mark Mann trying to get there as well. So a lot of movement going on this first lap after the restart.
Buck Wild Racing out in front with the 52 of Randall Cobb. He's got the 26 tucked in behind him. And here comes Will Weber in the 24. He's going to try and take the lead away from Cobb at the line. It is going to be Will Weber who led that lap.
Man, I really don't know who to keep my eye on right now, KR. We've got 3 little packs going out there on the track, and we've still got Doug Rice and Rodney Cobb trying to make their way back up to some of these packs as well. I mean, we've got things going on all over the track right now.
Yeah, Doug Rice, Rodney Cobb, they have made their pit stops, and they have gotten back out on track. They are working together. 2-car draft right there. They are able to be about 5 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field. That means this field will catch up to them very quickly. But, you know, they got a shot here. They didn't lose a lap right away. So now they just got to hope for a quick caution.
That or kind of hope that this field starts battling a little bit. And that, you know, it could cause the caution, but 3 wide, 2-3 rows deep, that may slow some of that momentum down for these drivers up here in this front pack. Looks like it's about 11-12 cars in the lead pack, but they're not very organized.
Will Weber out in front once again, trying to lead another lap. He's going to get to the line first and get it done. Cobb in that 52, staying to that yellow line, holding firm, but the 24 and the 4 have been by themselves in that second lane and have been able to keep pace. They're doing a wonderful job working together right now. And in fact, the 24 has the lead down the back stretch. But once they send it into the corner, that accordion effect is going to bring that 52 right up to the door of the 24.
And a little bit further in the field, the 77 of David Booth did it all by himself. Looks like he took right sides and fuel. So interesting to see a car go down pit road all alone. Wasn't in need of pitting there. So not quite sure what that call was all about.
Yeah, the 77 running all by himself. He is in no man's land. He is going to have to wait for Rodney Cobb and Doug Rice to get to his back bumper before he can start gaining a little bit of speed. Now they will have 3 cars. That's going to add a little extra speed to that line. And the sooner that Booth can get caught up to him, or they can catch up to Booth, I should say, the sooner they can start getting going a little bit faster and stay out in front of this lead pack.
And it looks like the 11 of Chase Berry, the 22 of Eric Carlisle, both of those drivers also were on pit road in single car formations. So I guess it wouldn't be a formation if it's single car, huh? But I mean, back to the point. I think those drivers, those 5 drivers, may be able to group up with each other. That may give them some type of a fighting chance.
Let's go on board with the 24 of Will Weber, part of the Fuel Sim Racing team. This 24 machine leading the charge in the outside lane. Got the 52 down to his inside onto the front stretch and heading for the tri-oval. You can see Doug Rice, Rodney Cobb, David Booth just ahead of them. They are making that gap smaller with each lap. And Will Weber, your race leader, taking us into turn number 1. Man, these cars, it's just amazing to think 200 miles an hour, sending it off into the corner, and they're doing it inches off of each other.
Not just side by side, but sometimes 3 wide, as it looks like Mark Vega trying to see if anybody will go with him, trying to get that 3rd lane rolling. Not happening just yet. And these leaders, KR, they're about to run up on some of these back markers that have already made a pit stop. looks like they're dangerously close now to being caught by the race leader and being put a lap down. Doug Rice, Rodney Cobb, David Booth, Eric Carlisle. Looks like Aspen Belvin also going to be in danger. Chase Berry right there. I mean, that's a lot of cars that maybe put a lap down here in the next 5 to 10 laps.
Yeah, Chase Berry all by himself right now. Eric Carline just 2 seconds behind him, but that's going to take a while for Eric to get there. Berry as a one-car effort doing 185 miles an hour compared to Randall Cobb, who's doing 197.
Yeah, just no way they're going to be able to stay on this lead lap. They're going to get gobbled up. Field going to have to tiptoe here, things straight. We could see that caution, and it could play into the advantage of some of these other drivers that have hit pit road.
First set of cars going to move up to the high side. Randall Cobb in the 52, dropping down to the bottom. He's easily going to clear the 44, the 35, and the 77. Will Weber as well, able to navigate past them. Now they set their sights on the 84 of Aspen Belvin, the 22 of Eric Carline, and the 11 of Chase Berry. Chase Berry going to get past. Here comes the 84 to try and pick up the 11 machine. So they're going to try and work together here. They're going to be 3 cars trying to outrun this lead pack.
That's going to be a hard task to do, as these drivers still pushing hard back here in this lead pack. Got your race leader Randall Cobb down there on the inside. Will Weber to his outside, being pushed by Rick Seabrands. Josh Milam right there, third car inside row. We've got 4 more drivers, or actually those are the 3 lap down cars back there, trying to get back up to the bumper of those drivers at the front of this pack.
Started 27 cars here tonight. Right now we have 23 out on track. Logan Helton in the 63 machine, still sitting in his pit stall, hoping that he can get back out there as he tries to repair this broken turn 3 racing machine. He may never want to run that paint scheme again, as he debuted it here tonight. I thought it looked like a beautiful race car. Unfortunately for him, the paint scheme has brought no luck. He has ended up on pit lane now for the last 15 minutes, 13 laps down and counting.
Yeah, once again, just a tough night out there for the kid, and a little bit of news, I guess you could say, update. Looks like the 22, 11, and 84 all got a penalty for passing when they shouldn't have been on that restart there. So those drivers having to serve a penalty. And that's why you see they were on pit lane, but no actual pit stop.
We go on board with the 7 of Josh Milam. So he's working that wheel down on the inside, tucked in behind his teammate, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. And Josh Milam in the 7 machine, using the gyro cam. Sorry, forgot what it was called and went blank. Good grief, what a night, huh?
The Euro.
Yeah, the Euro.
Yeah.
Hero. Oh well. All right, that all being said, the 4 of Rick Seabrands back to the front. Not only that, but we're just a handful of laps away from green flag pit stops. Everyone trying to make it to where they have to stop one more time. So we haven't seen anyone pit early just yet. We are 3 to 4 laps away from the fuel window opening up on these drivers, and they are all about 3 to 4 laps away from running out of fuel. So it is going to be a strategy call of when to hit pit road. Who is going to be on the right strategy? I couldn't tell you.
I think if I was one of these drivers, if I wanted to be any of them at all, it would probably be that 7 of Milam. There you see him, 5th car inside lane. He's going to be able to be out of the throttle a little bit more than these other drivers. You know, some of the guys behind you that are a lap down, they're going to be able to go a little bit further. You can draft with them a little bit as long as you've got 3 or 4 cars to hit pit road when you do. I think playing the long game right here could be the way that you win this thing.
Sean McCarrick in the 50 machine. He is leading that outside lane for the moment. He is 2 laps down. Chase Berry in the 11. He is 1 lap down. And then the 84 of Aspen Belvin tucked in behind the 11 machine. He is also 1 lap down. So Chase Berry, the first car in that 1 lap down. Now he's going to try and work his way around the 50 of McCarrick. While all of that is going on, the 4 Rick Seabrand staying on that yellow line. Out in front, he has led 9 laps here tonight. The 24 of Will Weber sitting in second place. Everyone not yet making moves to pit road, but we are getting to a point where we're almost to that fuel window, maybe about 2 laps away.
And it's going to be a chaotic pit road, that's for sure. We've got a ton of cars lined up down there on the inside lane. Looks like only 5 cars on the outside right now. So look for pit stops to happen here in, as you already said, next 2 to 3 laps, because that's when these tanks are going to end up going dry. So look for pit road to be a very, very busy place.
Eric Carline in the 22. He finds himself 1 lap down as we have several cars hitting pit road. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 7 of Josh Milam, Will Weber in the 24. He's going to hit pit lane as well. So big group of cars on a pit lane as that fuel window has opened up.
Chase Berry still out there not getting fuel when he went down pit road serving a penalty. He finds himself at the front of the field, but just now back at the tail end of the lead lap, getting himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. He's going to drop down to the bottom right in front of Rick Seabrands, who's being scored as your race leader. Aspen Belvin right there behind Chase Berry. Now Berry's going to lead these lead lap cars down on pit road.
Rick Seabrands pitting from the race lead. The 24 and the 7 who have already made their pit stop, they are getting back up to speed down the back stretch. But the 4 machine into his pit stall. The 35 of Doug Rice doing that as well. So now that will have put everybody on a pit road that needs to. The 11 of Chase Berry down and away. The 52 and the 4 are going to drag race for it. And the 52 of Randall Cobb going to be the one that comes away with the race lead. But now, can he get up to speed before the 24 of Will Weber and the 7 of Josh Milam get to the backstretch?
I don't think they're going to be able to hold off that 24, because he is absolutely moving, still about 20 miles an hour faster with Milam pushing him.
The 24 is going to surge to the front. Will Weber at now the race leader, the 7 of Josh Milam, who has been pushing hard on that back bumper. Milam hopefully watching his temp gauge. Now he's going to peek out for some fresh air to that radiator, cool that engine off a little bit. But man, he was pushing hard on that 7. And Will Weber says thank you very much as he's going to walk away with the lead. And we're going to have 17 laps to go.
17 laps left to go, but more importantly, look at the distance between a lot of these drivers. We've got 5, 6 right there with each other. They all should eventually come back together, but Chase Berry now being scored, the first car one lap down. Once again, he's going to need a late race caution. And KR, we're getting right to that window when we usually see that average last lap caution fly. So hopefully didn't just jinx us there, but that is still looming in the air.
That it is. The 52 of Randall Cobb down on that inside lane. The 4 of Rick Seabrins trying to push him. Now the 24 of Will Weber. He's going to drop down to the inside, and that will put FSR running the lead car in both lanes. Teammates trying to work together here and keep the field behind them. Not saying that they check up, but it does make it a little bit easier to have your teammates in the both lanes there.
Yeah, and a little bit of teamwork right there, because I'm pretty sure Will Weber may have been out of the gas just a moment, and that allowed his 2 teammates out there on the outside lane to clear him, get down, not lose any momentum, and that outside lane has just absolutely went away.
Daniel Holloway in the 21 machine. He is the only car out there right now for the DEI wannabes. Cody Ober, Alex Green, early exits for them. He is all by himself trying to stay in this race and get the race win. This 21 machine finding himself in 6th place. Want to check in on the 04 of Mark Mann. Right now he is falling behind this lead pack a little bit. Not necessarily in danger of losing that draft, but he has had to check up and lost some ground because of that. Dave Hunt in the 53 going to be one that he can tuck in behind and close up on.
I don't know, KR. It looks like a storm brewing out there to me. Looks like drivers being patient, looking, watching in the mirror, seeing if those runs are coming. The 18 of Vega pushing on that 3rd lane now, going back around some of the drivers on the middle lane. Not gonna get clear just yet, but I think some of these drivers just playing it a little safe here, waiting for the runs to come to them. They could have ducked out multiple different times. Will Weber, one of those drivers, peaking every now and again, getting some fresh air, but dropping and staying in line, just as Hunter Reynolds peaking, getting some air as well. So these drivers just waiting for the moment to happen, as we now only have 13 laps to go here tonight.
13 more nail-biting laps to go as the 7 of Josh Milam continues to lead. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds right behind him, the 24 of Will Weber. All drivers from Fuel Sim Racing. Derek Conley in the 28 machine. He finds himself in 9th place. He is tucked in behind the 18 of Mark Vega, trying to get to his teammates by using that 3rd lane. And right now, that 3rd lane showing some momentum. They are starting to work their way forward.
And KR, looking back through the field, it reminds me of I went to the Florida Keys one time on vacation. Long story short, hurricane was coming in, and you could just see it out there. You could see the change in the clouds, and you knew some crazy was about to go down. And that's what the rear of this field looks like, is now everybody grouped back up. Things about to happen. It's about to pick up.
Yeah, Derek Conley has gone from 9th to 3rd in 1 lap by using that outer lane. Mark Vega in the 18. He is 2 laps down, but man, you work with who you can, and Derek Conley has pushed that 18 up towards the front. And if he can get Mark Vega to be the first car 1 lap down, or I should say out to the front, he may drop down to the inside. That'll hold up Josh Milam and allow the 28 to get on by.
All 4 drivers from Fuel Sim Racing right there inside the top 5. So good job by the whole team getting the cars where they need to be, getting closer to the end of the race. Oh, and just like that, they're going to move the 18 of Vega right up out of the way. He's going to lose some ground now in that third lane all by himself, but still leading on the inside lane, the 7 of Josh Milam. Around goes Barry.
The 11 machine of Chase Berry going around. He is pointed in the wrong direction. So too is the 02 of David Overstreet. And so the caution flag gonna come out. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Chase Berry in that blue and black 11 machine, working his way around the 21 of Daniel Holloway. He's gonna go for a spin. The 62, the 95, and the 02 are all gonna get collected as well. Overstreet tagging that inside wall. Mayer in the 95 gonna smack the outside wall. But a lazy spin for the 11 of Chase Berry. However, this caution is going to give the 22 of Eric Carline the free pass and get him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, and KR, I hate to say I told you, but race trends, well, right around lap 13, and we're on just 10 laps to go, so just a little bit off with the numbers, but there it is. It flies, so some of these drivers gonna benefit, some of them gonna suffer. We'll see who has the fight left in them here when we get set to go back green flag racing with just a handful of laps left to get the job done.
6 cautions on the night. 2 of them were for stage ending cautions. 33 lead changes and counting here tonight, as a wild amount of lead changes for 94 laps. Well, 84 laps at this point of racing.
Yeah, doing loose math in my head, that's about a lead change every 3 laps. That's pretty impressive.
Randall Cobb in the 52, electing not to come down pit road. Dave Hunt in the 53, same choice there. And Rick Sebrands, Anthony English, and Robert Duvendak all staying out. So the decision to stay out, that's a big one. That is saying, hey, I can make it to the end of the scheduled distance without coming down pit road.
Yeah, but them green-white checkers is something you're going to have to worry about. The drivers that hit pit road that time, Josh Milam leading those drivers as far as positions are concerned, and obviously back off of pit road running in 5th. He's got enough for 2, 3 green-white checkers now that he's made another pit stop to fill up, get some tires. Not so sure the drivers staying out are going to be able to have that benefit of not having to hit pit road if we get 2 green-white checkers.
All right, guys, so we're going to step away for a moment, set this up for you, and then be back to bring you the finish to tonight's race. No one go anywhere here at Turn 3 Racing Network for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series.
Racing. You wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as OP Racing Super Speedway Series is out on track here at Talladega for the Talladega 250. Drivers starting to stack up behind the pace car, but the lights stay on. We're going to do another lap under yellow. This time we will have 6 laps to go when they get around. So with the lights staying on, that's going to give us 5 laps to go when the green flag comes out.
Yeah, a little bit of an extended, unofficial green-white checkered, if you will. 5 laps, that's enough to pick your time. You don't have to rush your move, but it's also the time to go ahead and push, try to get out there up front so you do have control of your own destiny.
The 52 of Randall Cobb, the 4 of Rick Seabrands, the 53 of Dave Hunt, and the 40 of Anthony English. Robert Dumendak in the 10. Those drivers all staying out, have not pitted this time, or should say during this caution. And the longer that light stays on the pace car, the happier they will be. They can carry their fuel a little bit further into a green-white checkered attempt. But I kind of wonder if these extended cautions aren't something that is being triggered by iRacing, as we have had a couple of them here tonight.
Yeah, sometimes when they do newer builds, I know we're a week or so into this newer package and build, but sometimes things get messed up along the way. Some codes and things like that go haywire, and seen pace cars out there just logging laps, just like they're a race car this week, and I've actually seen them not even come out on track. So sometimes it happens. It is a virtual world, but you know, it is what it is, and we do what we do anyway. And these drivers gonna go head to head once again once we get fired back up. Hopefully the Ford butt stain will turn its lights off this time by, and we can get set to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, Randall Cobb in the 52. He would like to try and pick up his first win of the season. Buck Wild Racing on the front row with Randall Cobb and Dave Hunt. So they are looking very solid here for this restart. Remember, Randall Cobb picked up his first pole position just a race ago, 2 races ago. And now going from pole position to possibly winning the thing. Rick Seabrands in the 4 has 1 win on the season. The only driver right now officially locked in to the championship. That is the 10 of Robert Dumendak, as he has 2 wins this season. Everyone else been 1 win. Dumendak right now in 6th place. Yeah, 3rd car outside lane. That should be 6th. And he, having those 2 wins being locked in, he can help out this 4 Rick Seabrands. Maybe get that 4 another win and really lock that team in to the championship with 2 bullets and 2 races to go after this one wraps up.
Yeah, I mean, or will we have our stage 1 winner, or maybe stage 2 winner come from a little further in the field and grab the race win away, secure their spot, or tighten their chances at making the chase. A lot of different scenarios here. Got two rookies leading the field back to the green flag. Ford Mustang finally going to get out of the way. We're going to get set to go back green flag racing, KR.
That we are. Pace car down and away. Randall Cobb, Dave Hunt on the front row for this restart. Buck Wild Racing. Let's see what they can do. The 52 and the 53. And it is green flag. They are on the throttle. The 40 of Anthony English, a little bit of a wiggle there as he gets to the back bumper of the 53 and starts pushing him. Daniel Holloway in the 21. He's going to make a move up to the outside there. And already drivers starting to jockey for position and set themselves up for this sprint to the end.
Wasting no time getting on the loud pedal that time on the restart. That outside lane really got going that time by Robert Duvendak, falling behind just a little bit. He's trying to get back up there to Anthony English. Cars looking three wide briefly back near the rear. Chase Berry, one of those drivers looking to make it three wide. No surprise there, as Berry has been very aggressive at making moves to get to the front. We're still side by side up at the front, though. Back to the line, the 52 of Randall Cobb gonna lead another lap. Seabrand still right there on his rear deck lid.
Yeah, Buck Wild Racing holding firm to be the first two cars in both these lanes. That's the 52 and the 53. And Buck Wild Racing staring down the barrel of its first win, but man, they got to hold on for 3.5 more laps.
Speaking of hold on, did you see that 28 of Derek Connolly getting loose? Man, that I seen the numbers almost there for a second. That was a big time save right there in the middle of this pack.
Conley, the fourth car in the outside lane, trying to make something happen. A stage one winner here tonight, but the 52 of Randall Cobb continuing to lead. The 4 of Rick Seabrands now clears the 53. Will we see Rick make a move to the outside? And there it goes. He's going to move up in front of the 53 of Dave Hunt. The 7 of Josh Milam going to give a huge shot to the 52, and they are going to surge out in front. Milam now looking like he might try and move to the high side and get around the 52 here as he clears the 4.
Big shake up at the front of the field. Milam jumps to the outside right in front of Seabrands. Now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, second car inside lane. He's going to make a move to the outside. Drivers leaving that 52. Big wreck behind. Oh my God, the 44 went around in the wall, flipping. That's going to collect a lot of cars there, KR. Oh my goodness.
Derek Conley in the 28 and the 10 of Robert Duvendak make contact, and that is what's going to fire this whole thing off. As we're going to take a look at this one, you can see Derek Conley down to the inside, taking a peek to the inside of the 10 of Duvendak. Heavy contact there. And the 44, as you mentioned, of Rodney Cobb, just going to get airborne and go flipping. Take another look at this one here. They head off into the corner. Cobb in the 44 tumbling. The 50 is Sean McCarrick, gets in the way of him having a very dramatic tumble, but that 44 machine up in smoke.
Whew, that almost hurt to look at for a second there until I remembered that this is iRacing and not for real. That looked really hard.
Yeah, it was some hard hits for the 44 of Cobb, and unfortunately for him, that is going to be a tough one to come back from if he does not have a fast repair. That engine up in smoke means he is down on power, so his night could be done.
I think that may end the night for a few of our drivers out there, KR, and so close to being at the end of this thing. And I don't know what's worse, when you end up out of the race in the first 5 laps, or if it's the last 5 laps. They both kind of hurt, and you hate it, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one to take your medicine on.
So with the lights on the pace car, we are going to have a green-white checkered attempt. This will be our first green-white checkered attempt. 2 of them are available. A few drivers that have gone behind the wall here already and officially are out. The 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 11 of Chase Berry. James Mayer in the 95 getting the wave around. He will get back on the lead lap. No, I'm sorry. He will be 2 laps down, I believe. I'm not sure. Don't understand that one. But okay. Green-white checkered's coming out really changes timing and scoring and messes things up.
Yeah, everything. Sometimes it gets a little frozen, and sometimes it just acts crazy. And you got to remember to carry the 2, and subtract the 5, multiply it by double, and then you get what you got.
So the 52 down on the apron, trying to conserve fuel. Can he make it to the end of this thing? He is going to have to stretch that as far, if not further, than Derek Conley stretched that stage 1 win that he had. So yeah, fuel tank's really starting to run dry. Randall Cobb in danger of running out of fuel. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, Will Weber in the 24, Josh Milam in the 7, and the 02 of David Overstreet all have made a fuel stop just 10 laps ago, so they are good to go. Several drivers on the pit road right now, including the 28 of Derek Conley, the 62 of Les Levy, and the 04 of Mark Mann, as they're going to make their pit stops, top off their fuel tanks, get enough fuel to make it to the end of this thing. Conley trying to hammer out a little bit of damage in the process. He gets rolling. But man, Dave, this thing's setting up for a wild finish.
Yes, it is another wild finish in the works for us here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And I don't know if I can pick out anybody that has stood out to be that car to beat out here tonight. We've seen chaos all over the track, front of the field, back of the field. We've seen cars have issues, and I mean, we've seen multiple cars upside down here tonight. That seems to be an issue with this new car. It's getting upside down rather easy. So I don't know. We may see some changes here in this package in the upcoming days and weeks.
All right, let's see here. Let's find someone to talk to. If you, well, I don't know, man. Maybe let's see on the 4. Let's pull up the 4. Driver of that 4 machine is Rick Seabrands. Rick, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, 10-4.
All right, man. We know that you have been out there for a while. That fuel tank has got to be running dry. How nervous are you about this green-white checkered attempt?
Well, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't, but, you know, with our luck lately, I'm sure we'll probably start sputtering as soon as they wave a green flag or something, you know, but hopefully this Yeti Alliance Motorsports Camaro can at least maybe break up this FSR group that they have up here and maybe see if we can't bring it home to victory lane.
Well, Rick, you're on the same strategy as the race leader, Randall Cobb. He is out in front for the moment. So too are you and the 40. You guys on that same strategy. So if it goes south, you won't be the only one.
Yeah, at least we'll have some friends in that situation too. It's not, you definitely don't want to be the only one to make that mistake. So at least I'll have some friends, right?
Misery loves company, they say.
That's right. That's right.
Well, the lights have gone out on the pace car. The Ford machine has its work cut out for him. Before we let you go, though, any shout outs or thank yous?
Just you guys up in the booth, all the fans watching, OP for everything they do, Alliance Motorsports teammates, and yeah, that's it.
All right, Rick Seabrand's in the Ford machine. Not 100% sure about his fuel, but, you know, not sweating bullets either. So, Randall Cobb in the 52, hoping to finish this thing out strong. The lights are out on the pace car. We have had several more cars on the pit lane here. The 44 of Rodney Cobb looking like his night is done. So too is the 35 of Doug Rice. Eric Carline, Daniel Holloway have gone behind the wall. Their evening is done as well. So attrition taking its toll here tonight. Les Levy in the 62, he's sitting on pit lane. He's been there for a while. It looks like his night could be done as well. So 12 cars going to be restarting on the lead lap. And 18 cars in total looking to take the green flag after we started a 27. So here we go, lights getting ready to drop, or the pace car dropping down. It has been a long night here for all of us. When the lights are off on the pace car, it is on the pit road. And now the 52 of Randall Cobb. How much fuel does he have left in the tank? Can he hold on for his first win of the season and put Buck Wild possibly into the championship contention? Here we go. Green flag is out. First attempt at a green-white checkered, and everyone gets away cleanly for this restart.
Field away very well that time. Outside lane got a good jump. Not as good, excuse me, as the last time by. Hunter Reynolds now working his way back up side by side with the 52 of Randall Cobb as they head halfway down the back stretch. Outside lane getting a little more organized, a little more cars grouped up there. That's gonna help their cause out. Josh Milam now getting right to the bumper of Hunter Reynolds. They're losing a little ground as they work their way back to the tri-oval. Big push by the 02 of David Overstreet, third car inside lane. Will cross the line this time by. You have the white flag final lap here at Talladega Super Speedway.
Our one to go presented by Vapid Yeet Racing. And the 52 is going to get turned hard, impact everyone involved in this one at the front of the field. But somehow Will Weber and Hunter Reynolds are going to come away with this one and settle it amongst themselves. Mark Vega in the 18, he is several laps down. He is going to be out of contention for the win. But here comes our race leader to the checkered flag. He has only got to hold off the 26. And Hunter Reynolds going through the tri-oval, tucked in behind the 24 of Will Weber, and Weber is going to win here at Talladega.
Wow, 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 wow.
Ooh, Randall Cobb in the 52. still out there trying to get to the start finish line. So too is the 7 of Josh Milam. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. As that started coming off of turn number 2. Big stack up with all the cars here. White flag came out, so no caution. Everyone trying to get through it without hitting anything and no one wanting to slow down. And so the cars just scatter, and we got more and more scattering as nobody lifted. And you can't blame them, everyone trying to take full advantage of the situation. But the 24, Will Weber, going to come away as the race winner. And guys, we're going to step away from the mic, set up our post-race show, and we'll be right back to talk to our podium drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have caught up with our race winner, and that is the 24 machine piloted by none other than Will Weber, who picks up his first win of the season. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you so much, KR. And I wish it was under a little bit different circumstances, but it was a hell of a race tonight. Me and the guys of FSR absolutely crushed it.
Well, you become a winner here, and maybe not necessarily saying a win and end situation, as we have had so many winners this season, but your chances of making it into the playoffs have increased tremendously. What's it going to take for this 24 here in the next 2 races to really get yourself into this championship talk?
Yeah, man, it's definitely not over. I haven't had a great overall season, had some really bad luck coming down the stretch, and we keep doing like we did tonight and all run together as smooth as we did. I think we got a good shot at getting in.
Well, the FSR team really worked together all night long. We saw you guys running nose to tail almost the entire night, pitting together, working together, doing everything together, and it does pay off for you and get you that race win.
Yeah, it does, man. And I just want to thank my FSR teammates. I couldn't have done it without them. And Randall Cobb, I owe you one, buddy. I don't know what happened. I was on your bumper, man, pushing as hard as I could, and it's like we just stopped.
All right, well, and I do got to ask about the paint scheme here tonight. What can you tell us about this unique paint job?
Yeah, normally I'm pretty laid back and chill, and I feel like the last few weeks I've unfortunately maybe gained a little bit of a reputation of being a bit hot-headed with things going on, and for whatever reason that translated to a paint job. So this is what I came up with.
Well, it looks good, man. I like it. Got some flames on the side and a big old evil grin on the hood.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys up in the booth, and look forward to next week.
All right, that is Will Weber, your race winner, getting it done out here tonight from Fuel Sim Racing. Now, Dave, I believe you caught up with our second place driver. All right, so no Dave. I guess we'll go ahead and talk to you, Hunter. How you doing out there tonight, Hunter?
I'm doing good, KR. How about yourself?
Just fine, man. I'll tell you what, bringing that 26 home in second place, pushing your teammate to the win, putting another FSR driver into championship contention. Tell us about that last lap and what you saw going on out there.
Yeah, the last lap was kind of crazy. Before the caution before this, we actually came in and took fuel, and it actually paid out to our favor. So we could stay out that last for the green white checkered there. We kind of had Randall surrounded too. I was on the top. We had Will and Josh back there, so we could have definitely worked together. Unfortunate circumstances for Randall. I don't know what happened there, but we got behind Will and we got him his first win, so feels pretty good. Another second place at Talladega.
Well, the 26 machine coming away with second place here. You have had a win, if I remember correctly. So you are one of the drivers who's solidly got himself locked in to the championship. Not only that, but 4 poles so far this season. This 26 machine is fast.
Yes, sir. I do think so. We've been this Ford's been rocking this season, and especially this race, we did good. Got the win there at Daytona a while back, and 2 second back-to-back places at Talladega with a FSR winner. So, we keep working good as a team, and we all got fast cars here. We'll keep it up. Looking pretty decent.
All right, man. Well, the 26 with that second place finish, of course, gets a chance to give a shout out and thank you. Anyone you'd like to mention?
Yes, sir. Special thanks to Green's Rod Shop, Turn 3, KR. You guys do a great job up in the booth. Thanks to all the family and friends watching out there. Everyone else, you guys help us out a lot. We appreciate it. And all the league admins.
All right, that is your second place finisher, Hunter Reynolds, out here tonight from Fuel Sim Racing. Fuel Sim Racing going 1 and 2. But now it's time to talk to our third place driver. That is David Overstreet. And Dave, I believe you're going to get to talk to him.
Yeah, actually helps when you have your mic plugged in when you try to go to interview somebody. So luckily we got that fixed. But here with David Overstreet, man, that 0-2, the front end looks like it has seen some better days, but nonetheless coming home in third place here tonight. Walk us through that final lap from your driver's.
Yeah, my plan was to push the 24 to the win. Knew he needed to win. I was surrounded by FSR, so I knew nobody's gonna work with me. So, and then I don't know what happened off turn 2. They hit, and I went for a big long slide, saved it, and came out third somehow. I don't know how. So.
Oh man, we've seen a lot of different crazy things go on through the race. Did you ever have a spot in tonight's race where you thought maybe the strategy you were trying to take wasn't quite the one that it needed to be to keep you up near the front?
Yeah, I thought the first stage we kind of messed up. We decided to stay out and came a little up short on fuel, and we had to go all the way to the back. But luckily, we was able to get our more track position on the second stage there. So I think mostly everything worked out tonight, actually. So.
Well, with the season winding down there, David, only got 2 more races to go. Do you think you can do what you need to do to secure a spot in the chase here in these final races?
Where I'm at in the points, I'm not.
I guess let her rip, and once again, congratulations on walking away in third place here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Before we let you go, though, bud, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yeah, thank you guys for the great broadcast y'all put on. Thank Cody and Alex for putting on the league, and especially thanks to the teammates tonight.
All right, well, there you have it. Some final parting words from your third place finisher, David Overstreet. And KR, it's been another wild, crazy one. Crazy finish. Last lap carnage. We had some craziness in stage number 1. And yeah, yet again, surprised. Great finish. A lot of different things going on out there, man.
Yeah, Talladega did not disappoint. OP Racing putting on a heck of a show. So good, in fact, that the fans are still in their seats. No one has gone home. But me and Dave, we'd like to go home, so we're going to do our results here for tonight's Talladega 250. Will Weber picking up his first win of the season. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, bringing it home second. Third place going to the 0-2 of David Overstreet. Derek Conley going to bring it home in fourth place. And rounding out your top 5 will be the 04 of Mark Mann.
Walking away in 6th tonight, the 10 of Robert Duvendak, followed by the 00 of Rob Connors. 8th place goes to the 4 of Rick Seabrands, and in 9th, the 40 of Anthony English. 10th place goes to Josh Milam.
11th will be the 53 of Dave Hunt. Randall Cobb will finish in 12th place. 13th will be the 84 of Aspen Belvin. 14th to 77 of David Booth. 15th will be the 18 machine of Mark Vega.
16th position to the 50 of Sean McCarrick. 17th, the 95 of James Mayer. Les Levy gonna slot home in 18th, in the 22 of Eric Carline. Finishing in 19th, 20th place here tonight will be the 35 of Doug Rice.
21st will be the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Rodney Cobb will finish in 22nd. 23rd will be the 11 of Chase Perry. Logan Helton ended up in 24th. 25th, Alex Green. 26th, Cody Ober. 27th will be Travis Elliott. And of course, and as always, a huge special thank you goes out to Cody Eldred, who was race control here tonight. And guys, that is going to do it for us. Make sure you join us next Monday, April 6th, as we are at Daytona for another 250 miles of super speedway action. That is next Monday night, April 6th. And on behalf of myself and Dave Worrell, thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.